to go live on Facebook. All right, hi Facebook team. You're all super welcome on in to Chill. So this is Chill 1, our very first Chill class. You don't need anything except yourself and your mat. If you'd like to grab a brick and a strap, you're all super welcome to do so. Or anything at all, it's just to help find space in poses. So it's not essential, but if you do know that you like to, say, use a strap in a forward fold to help you reach forwards, or use a brick to find support, you're all very welcome to. You can also just take a rolled up towel, an old t-shirt, anything at all that you can extend for a strap out. I think a dressing gown belt is my personal preference, and then a rolled up towel works really well as a brick if you don't have a brick. It's just saying to the team, but I'll say it again, Rise TV is coming your way. So we have got loads of fun, exciting things happening. So we're going to have a new Rise TV app, so we'll have all of our live classes, all of our on-demand classes, plus loads of extra courses and materials coming soon. So check your inboxes for that. If you don't get an email, drop us a message on Facebook. So that's going to be our new one-stop shop for all things Rise Virtual. So it should be super exciting. So yeah, take a look out for that, or if you don't get it, drop us a message. If you're joining us on Facebook or Instagram, you can also jump over to rise.co.uk/online and join us in our Zoom room. So that means I get to see you in front of me and get that nice live class experience. Hey Matt, you're right. So nice, more interactive class experience. So that's on the Rise webpage. You can always jump into that. So I think that's about it really. If you are after some Rise tunage, you can jump over to Spotify, or we've also got the links on our website. But Chill 1 is up there, or you can just search on Spotify for Rise with a 1, Chill 1. You'll get our original Chill 1 playlist, which is a really lovely one. It's one of my favourites. Or anything else you fancy getting on really. So, okay, so I think that's all the things I wanted to say. So thank you all so much for joining. Really lovely to have you all here. And when you're ready, you might want to think about just coming on down and finding your way into a wide leg child's pose. So knees out wide towards the edges of the mat, big toes together, hips down towards the heels, and starting to just bring yourself down into a wide leg child's pose, preparing to start there. So you're all super welcome on into Chill 1. We're starting here in wide leg child's pose. Knees out wide towards the edge of the mat, big toes together, hips down towards the heels. Thinking about letting the spine stretch and extend. Inhale. Feeling space in the back body, the side body, and the spine. Exhale, letting the shoulders release down, the forehead release down, eyes and the jaw and the face off. Deep breaths in. And just letting the body melt and relax. Just starting to find a sense of space in the mind and space in the body. So this is Chill. Really focusing on being with the breath. And finding a quality of softness, of surrendering as we are in focusing on the poses. So really thinking about maybe starting to go a little more inward. Seeing if you can find space and slow down. Just maybe checking in with how your breath feels right now at this moment. How it's moving through the body. And maybe as well just checking in with what's going on in the mind. How you're feeling, and anything that's happening in there. How the body feels. If there are any areas that feel a little tighter, you need to give a little more care, a little more breath. Just taking stock without judgment, without feeling that you need to change anything, just observing where you are right now in this moment. And moving from that point of observation to starting to actively try to bring space and slow down. So maybe see if you can start to attach a slow count of 3 or 4 to every inhale, to every exhale, or maybe even longer. See if you can let the breath become more expansive. See if you can let the breath become fuller. See if you can let the chest and the shoulders and the eyes and the face be released. Seeing if you can start to let the mind focus on the breath. Maybe with that slow count of breath or the observation of the breath. Bring it fully into your practice. As we rest here, feeling the hips open and the spine open. Taking one more deep inhale and exhale. And from there, just going to roll up and find our way to a kneeling position and into a puppy pose. So knees are over underneath the hips, and we're going to bring the forehead stretching down onto the mat. Hands out in front of us, maybe creeping the fingertips forwards. Inhale. And exhaling, letting the chest sink down between the arms. So we're starting to find a really lovely, gentle stretch through the spine. Maybe a little space in the underarms and the front of the chest. Feeling the breath flow up and down the spine. Finding that quality of space of length of letting go. Another 3, inhale. Exhale. 2. One more breath in. And from there, rolling forwards and finding your way to a Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath the shoulders, finding your way into a Sphinx. So Sphinx pose, just letting the hips drop, the elbows come under the shoulders. If you want more space, bringing the elbows out in front of you. If you want to take a little more intensity in your back bend, elbows can move more towards the shoulders. Think about actively drawing the shoulders back and letting the chest reach between the arms. Gaze is just out in front of you, so we're trying to find space in the neck, so try not to lift the head actively too far. We don't want to shorten these muscles in the back of the neck. Just thinking about letting the spine extend and the crown of the head balance on top of the spine. It can be really nice to close the eyes here and feel the breath in the lower back, letting the legs relax. Inhale and exhale. Seeing if you can feel that breath, just bring a little more space into the back body, eyes, the jaw, the cheeks are softening. Again, seeing if you can just slow down the mind and breath. For 3, inhale. Exhale. 2. One more breath in. And out. From there, I'm just going to release down, palm the hands under the shoulders and press up to a table pose. So hands are underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Spreading the fingers out wide, core engaged. And we're going to work through cat-cow. So start to let breath and movement combine. Inhale, letting the gaze lift, chest open, the shoulders reach down, back. Exhale, start to undulate and flow, stretching out, releasing through shoulders and spine. Just letting breath and movement come together here. So letting the inhale carry the gaze up, open through the chest, and your exhale naturally arch and squeeze the core. Inhale. Exhale. Just flowing with your breath wherever that is today. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. exhale, tuck the toes, press the hips high, find your way to downward facing dog. Spreading the fingers out wide, core engaged, send the hips high. Inhale, reach and lengthen, squeeze the core. Exhale, let the chest sink through the arms, the heels release down towards the earth. Inhale. Exhale. For 3. Firm the upper arms in towards each other, finding a space down the back body. 2. One more, inhale. Exhale. From now, walk the feet towards the hands, finding a way into properly forward fold. Have a little sway, a little wiggle from side to side, a little shake. Wiggle the shoulders, a little chin, wherever feels good. For 3, inhale. Moving the windows, toes lifting, hips high. 2. One more, inhale. Exhale. Grounding down the feet, root to rise. Lift, inhale, stretch up, reach up. And exhale, the hands to heart center. Closing the eyes. And just finding a moment here in our mountain pose. Thinking about spreading the feet out wide, closing the eyes. Feeling where the weight stacks up in your feet, whether it's more in the heels, the outer edge of the feet, in the toes. And seeing if you can start to let it become even. So you feel that lovely, strong, even distribution of big toe, little toe, heel. Inhale for the crown of head, reach to the sky, the shoulders release down, exhale. Just finding some stability, some grounding, a moment of stillness. Deep breath. And out. From there, opening the eyes. Inhale, reach up, tall, lifting up, stretching. Exhale to fold. Bending the knees if you need to, hands around the head. Stepping back and finding your way to a downward facing dog. Make sure the pointer finger is facing forwards, the fingers are spread out wide. Finding a nice comfortable position between hands and feet, wherever that is for you. Feet can be hip distance apart, or if you want them, take them wider or closer together, do feel free. Thinking about squeezing in the core, sending the hips up high, engaging the quads, wrapping the triceps in. From there, we're going to breathe into down dog. So inhale, coming up high on the toes, body weight will shift forwards a little. Exhale, stretching back, opening up through the hamstrings, through the lower back. Inhale, floating up high on the toes, keeping the core engaged. Exhale, stretching through the back. One more breath, inhale. Exhale. And from there, walking the feet towards the hands. Once again, floppy forward fold, little shake, little wiggle. Taking a moment, inhale. Exhale. Round it down the feet, root to rise, inhale, reach, extend. Exhale, hands to heart center. From there, we're going to inhale, float up high on the toes, reach up high with the hands, finding little toe stand balance here. So softening down through the shoulders, engaging the core, inhale. Exhale, find somewhere to focus on, find that balance. 3, inhale. So feeling the length of the spine, working to the legs, into the core. 2, and 4, release the heels, flow forwards, and the hands. From there, once again, we're stepping back, downward facing dog. Spreading the fingers out wide, finding that lovely sturdy base, feeling strong here. We're going to inhale high on the toes. This time ripple forwards, flow forwards to a high plank, and then rolling back. So we're moving forwards, inhale, rippling forwards, really pressing hard with the hands to the back. So finding our way towards, it's almost like a curved plank, and exhale, flowing back. Inhale. Almost imagine the inhale ripples the body forwards, and exhale, flowing back. Finding that strength through the core, using the breath. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, rippling and rolling forwards. Exhaling back. And walking the feet towards the hands. Up and forward. Little shake, little wiggle. Inhale. Exhale. Running down the feet, root to rise. Inhale, reach, extend. And exhale, easy twist. Opening the heart out. So we're stretching out to the long side of the mat, keeping the hips even, shoulders relaxed, stretching out through this heart space. Inhale, tall again. Strong core. Exhale, easy twist, open to the other side. Keep the feet grounded, opening through the arms. Inhale, reach tall, lifting. Exhale to twist, open, stretch out. One more time. Inhale, tall. Exhale to twist. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, fold. Inhale. And exhale, step back down. Front fingers are spread out wide, corners engaged. We're going to inhale, ripple forwards to plank. And then from there, we're going to drop the hips, let the chest lift, shoulder back, up dog. And then squeeze the core, roll back to dog. If that's too much, just feel free to move from dog to plank. Just adding in a little back bend here, so inhale, exhaling, roll, just letting the hips drop a little, squeezing the core, rolling back. So don't let those hips just fall down. We're thinking about finding this flow through the spine, so we're rippling forwards, and with control, lifting the chest, letting the hips lower, and then starting using the core, flowing back again. 2 more times, inhaling forwards, and with one fluid movement, letting the hips lower, the chest lift, and then rolling back again. So nice and easy, one more time, inhaling forwards, maybe finding that gesture of a back bend, and then reaching all the way back, down. Setting yourself up in your down dog, just taking one more breath here, inhale, exhale, and walking the feet towards the hands. Little flopping forward fold, hopefully you feel a little more spacious in the back body here. Maybe the shoulders, a little shrug, a little shake, take a breath in. And rounding down with the feet, root to rise. Inhale, reaching up tall, stretching. And exhale, sinking down into a chair pose. Weight to the heels, strong through the core. Knees are over ankle, take the feet wider if you need to. Inhale. And exhale, bending the knees, shoulders soft, long spine. Inhale. And exhale, let the arms sweep back, stretch back, opening through the heart. Nice. Inhale, lifting tall. Exhale, flow back. One more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lifting all the way up, stretching. Exhale, fold. So we're going to plant the hands underneath the shoulders, bending the knees there, dropping the hips down and gluing the tummy to the thighs. From there, we're going to take a little bellows legs, so we're going to take a flowing forward fold. Inhale, drop the hips. And then exhale, lift the hips high, stretching through the hamstrings, through the lower. Inhale, dropping the hips, moving the body weight forward, shoulders back. Exhale, hips high, stretching out hamstrings, lower back. One more time, inhale. And exhale, stretching up through the back. Rounding down the feet, root to rise, strong core, lift, extend. Hands to heart center, closing the eyes, taking a moment, reset. Inhale. Exhale. And release the arms. From there, we're going to step out wide on the mat. So we're taking the outer edges of the feet in line. So you can use the back alongside of your mat as a little guide here. So make sure the heels are in line and the toes are turning in slightly. Hands can come to the hips. Engage the core, ground down with the feet, engage the quads. Inhale. And exhale, start to fold forward. Stop halfway. Inhale, re-extend, lengthen. Exhale, start to fold forwards. Moving with the breath. Inhale, extend and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Folding down. You can take the hands and the elbows here. Make sure you're not letting the hips fall behind you. It's going to need a natural movement of the body to make it easier. But what we want to do is move the weight of the toes and lift the quads up, and this is going to help us encourage that hamstring opening. You let the head and the shoulders relax completely, or bring the hands to the floor. Walk that in front of you if you need to create more space. So any variations you like. Inhale. Exhale. So stretching out through the hamstrings, through the lower back for 3. Inhale. Exhale, 2. One more deep breath in. And from there, bring the hands to the hips, leading the back of the head, power up the legs, lift up, power. And we're going to take the right foot to face the front of the mat. Extend out with the arms, we'll find a triangle pose. So heel to inner arch alignment, big wide stance, both legs are straight. Engage the glutes of the standing leg, the right quad. Then we're going to lean forwards towards those pointed toes, and then simply windmill the hands open, stretching out through the inside of that right leg. Really power down into both feet. Make sure you're not moving the weight all into that front leg. Lifting up and finding that sense of rotating. Keeping the shoulders soft, even as the fingertips stretch apart. Inhale. Exhale. So we're stretching out down the left side of the chest, opening through the heart. Deep, full breaths in. And for 3. So really stretch and reach. Steady breaths. 2. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And floating up through center. Just going to turn the right toes in, the left toes out, take triangle on the other side. So again, heel to inner arch alignment, left toes forwards. Feel that power in the legs, lifting up with the quads, engaging the core. Inhale, lean, lean, lean. And then windmilling the hands open, stretching out. Left hand to the earth, right hand to the sky. Stretching out, reaching out. Fingertip moves away from fingertip. Inhale. And exhale, maybe sinking deeper. So don't worry about what this looks like so much as how that feels. Want to feel the squeeze the glutes. Want to feel a stretch down the inside of the left leg and the right side of the body. And feel that sense of opening through the heart space. Deep breaths in. And out for 3. Full breaths in there. 2. And 1. Flow up. Turn both big toes in and interlock the hands behind you. So we're taking a second wide leg forward front. So outer edge of the feet in a line, interlock the hands behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale. And exhale, fold forwards. Moving the weight of the toes, lift the hips up high, squeeze the heels of the hands together. Inhale, extend. Exhale, let the head relax, squeeze the shoulder blades together, stretching out through the chest. Deep, full breaths in. And so we're open through the chest, lengthening through the back side of the body for 3. 2. One more breath in. And lean with the back of the head, squeeze the core, squeeze the glutes, rise up. And from there, release the arms. Turning the right toes out as if we're coming into triangle, arms out wide. So we're going to bend into that right knee. It might be that this right knee can move quite far past the right ankle, in which case slide the left foot back. So we're finding our way to a warrior 2. Make sure the right knee is tracking away from the big toe towards the pinky toe, so we're opening through the hips. Power to the outer edge of that left foot, lift the left quad up, extending out with the arms. Inhale. Exhale. Just going to hold here, thinking about extending fingertip away from fingertip, little squeeze the core, sink into the legs, another 3. Inhale. Softening through the shoulders, exhale, 2. One more breath in. And from there, we're going to lean forwards. Take the right elbow onto the right knee, spiral the left hand over the head. Left hand and left heel press away from each other. One long line, stretching, reaching and extending out, extended side angle. Make sure you're not collapsing down with this right elbow, but you're just lightly pressing the right elbow into the right knee. Inhale, reach and stretch and extend. Able to find sensation down the side body. For 3, inhale. Exhale, so we're finding opening through the hips, strength. 2. One more breath in. And windmilling the hands up. And swapping over, right toes turn, left toes turn. So the left knee bends over the left ankle. As before, make sure your knee is over ankle. You can see your big toe. And the left knee is pressing away from the big toe towards the pinky toe, so the left knee is tracking over the ankle. Keep pressing into the outer edge of the right foot, making sure the body weight is even between both feet. We're lifting up, extending both arms out. Inhale. Exhale. If you look from that front to that back arm, you want to feel really strong, really powerful. Lifting up with both quads, squeezing the core. Inhale. Exhale. So settling into a lovely, strong warrior 2. Maybe be gazing over that middle finger. Extend, feel that power in every muscle, and find a breath. 3, inhale. Exhale, 2. One more breath in. And from there, leaning forwards, left elbow to left knee, and right hand spirals over the head. Keep pressing into the right foot and extending, stretching out on the right side of the body. Left elbow lightly presses the left knee in. With you reach and lengthen, softening through the shoulders, inhale. Exhale. So lovely stretch out for 3 full breaths in. And out, really yawning and extending, light with that left elbow, opening through the hips. 2. 1 more, inhale. And exhale, windmilling the hands up. Heel toeing your feet together. And when you're ready, stepping into the front of your mat. Finding your way back to standing. Inhale, reaching tall. Maybe a little bit back bend. Exhale, fold. From there, planting the hands, stepping back, down facing dog. Fingers spread wide, hips are high. And moving into the hips, left foot rises, inhale. Exhale, taking your left knee behind the left wrist, turning the left toes, so they're on the right side of that pigeon pose. Looking over your right shoulder, right knee and hips slide up behind you, and if it feels comfortable, folding forwards. If you're finding you're falling very heavily onto this left hip, you can always place a little pillow or a towel underneath that left hip. You can also take an animal pose, bending that right knee deeply if you like. Thinking about inhale, find that extension. Exhale, maybe starting to soften down. So moving into a softer, more restful section of the class here. Taking any weight, any strength away from the legs and the upper body. And feeling a sense of melting into the hips. Just coming to a point that feels good for you. As before, how we externally express the pose, less important than the sensation. Aim to feel the lovely stretch down the glutes and the hips. Maybe like a little pillow with the head, or if it feels comfortable, you can release the head down. Letting the spine extend, the hips open. The right hip flexor becomes a little more spacious. You can relax down with the breath. In and out. And the eyes and the jaw and the face. Working here for 3. Inhale. Exhale. 2. 1 more deep breath in. From there, walking the hands back up. We're going to sweep the right foot around towards the right foot side of the mat. The left foot is on the right inner thigh. Inhale, reaching up, ankling the body over the right leg and starting to take a forward fold. If you want to take a deep bend in that right knee or use a strap at this point, you're very welcome to. We're just aiming to find a lovely long stretch. So sometimes when we reach forwards, what will happen is the left shoulder creeps up. What we want to do here is, however, focus on this stretch through the lower back and through the hamstrings. So if you can, keep left and right shoulders in line. Using the breath to find space. So inhale, round the hips and feel the spine stretch out on the inhale. On the exhale, move forwards and then relax downwards. So we're hinging in the hips, finding that quality of a length in the spine, of space down back of the right leg. Inhale. Exhale. Working here for 5. Inhale. Exhale. 4. So really full deep breaths in. And 3. Steady flow with the breath, feeling that length. 2. 1 more breath in. And out. From there, walking the hands up, then bring the right foot in front of left. So we're finding our way into an easy sitting position. Grounding down the sit bones, right foot in front of left. Inhale, reach up tall. And exhale, twist. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, crown of the reach to top. Exhale, twist. Inhale, tall, reaching through center. Exhale, twisting. Right hand to left knee, left hand picks a stepping spine. Grounding down, inhale, ground a little. Exhale to twist. Once more each time. Inhale, reach tall, lift. Exhale to twist. Enjoying that lovely mobilization, release of the whole spinal cord. Final time. Inhale, tall, reaching. Exhale to twist. From there, inhale, reach up tall, lift through center. Exhale, start to fold forwards. So keeping the sit bones grounded and maybe just starting to lengthen forwards. If it feels like enough for you just sitting up and cross-legged, feel free. If you can comfortably start to fold a little, feel free. If you need to take a little pillow or a brick underneath the forehead or stack up the hands to feel comfortable, rock on. Any little variations at all. Just aiming to find space in the lower back and perhaps in the hips. And find a quality of surrender. Turn into that quality of time and space. Noticing what's going on in the mind. Being with the breath. Inhale. And exhale. Well done. Working here for 5. Inhale. Exhale, soft shoulders, 4. Finding space in the back body. 3. 2. 1 more inhale. Exhale. And walking the hands back up. Rolling forwards and finding your way back into a downward facing dog. Stretching at the hips and moving into that second side. So right foot rises, inhale. Exhale, starting off with pigeon. Right knee behind, right wrist looking at your left shoulder. Left knee, ankle, hips slide out behind. Again, make sure you're not falling really heavily onto that right hip, but keep the weight even. Maybe flexing that right foot to protect the knee. Inhaling. And exhaling, starting to relax down into your pigeon. Remember, you can take any variations. If you need to take a deep bend and spiral the legs into an animal pose, or place a prop underneath that right hip. If you need to back out, you need to stay lifted with the chest. Whatever variations work for you, feel free. Aiming to just melt into the hips, into the spine, and feel a lovely sense of space in the mind and the breath. Breathe deep, full inhales and exhales. Eyes and jaw and face off. Working here for 3. Inhale. Exhale. 2. 1 more deep, full breath in. And then walking the hands up, sweeping the left foot around over towards the left corner of the mat, right foot's on the left inner thigh. Inhale, reaching up, angling the body over that left leg and starting to fold forwards. Now if you want to take a deep bend in that left knee here, or if you'd like to use a strap, feel free. You can take any little variations you like. Thinking about keeping both shoulders in line, so the right shoulder will want to pike here. Try and shuffle the hips back, find length in spine and crease at the hips. So inhale, exhale, start to fold from there. So we're moving along. Inhale, reaching the ground of the arms, stretching forward, relaxing down. Steady flow with the breath in and down. Full steady breaths. Lower back is opening, hamstrings are opening, shoulders relaxing. Perfect. Working here for 3. Inhale. Exhale, 2. One more deep breath in. And rolling up from there. And bringing your left foot in front of right. So we're back into easy seated. Sit bones down. This time the left foot is in front of right. Finding the sit bones. This time taking some lateral movement. So grounding down with the right hand. Inhale, the left hand swoops up and over. Keeping the right shoulder relaxed. Ground down with the left hip. And aim for a sensation of length down the side body. Deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lifting up. Left hand plants. Right hand reaches in. Deep inhale. So ground down. And focus on finding that stretch right down the right side body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Over. Right hand grounds. Left hand lifts. Deep inhale to extend and lengthen. Exhale. Final time. Inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale, left hand grounds, right hand lifts. Deep breath in. And inhale all the way up, lifting. And exhale, start to gently fold forwards. So as before, we're just coming to a point that feels good. It might be that you're able to comfortably come all the way down. You might want to sit upright, just aiming to find that sense of the tailbone grounding and from there the spine lengthening. Finding a really beautiful deep stretch into the hips, into the lumbar spine. Finding a quality of release or softness. Eyes and jaw and face softening down. Walking over through, inhale. Exhale. 2. One more deep breathing. And from there, walking the hands up. I'm just going to rock back and take our final downward facing dog. So spins spread out wide, core engaged, hips up high. Give the left foot a shake or a shake. You're taking a little free wiggles or movements. You rock on. Inhale. Exhale, adjusting through the arms. Lovely stretch to that. Taking one more breath in. And then dropping to the knees. And sweeping both legs up in front of you. Rolling down to lie on. Rolling down with control. To come down to a lying position. Knees are in the air, back of the neck long, shoulders relaxed. Little dynamic bridge. So grounding down, big toe up, toe in. Inhale, keeping knees in line with ankles, squeeze the glutes, roll the spine away from the floor, vertebra by vertebra, chest to chin. And then roll down again with as much control as you can, really strong. Knees and ankles, so squeezing, rippling up. Rolling, chest moves towards the chin. And rolling down again with as much control as you can. So really squeeze, flowing up and flowing down. Finding strength through the glutes, knees, ankle, hips. Stay in alignment and rolling down. Massaging out through the spine. 2 more. Inhale, rolling, flowing up. Exhale down. Final time. Inhale, ripple and roll and flow up. And exhale, gently reset the hips. Taking the arms wide, palms to sky. Just give the legs a little windscreen rock from side to side, letting both knees fall to one side and to the other. For 3, so a little rock, roll, 2, and 1. Give yourself a little squeeze,
And then taking both hands to the knees, draw some big deep circles with the knees away from each other and towards each other. Perfect. When you're ready, finding your way to a happy baby. These hand fingers around the big toes and knees and towards the armpits. Having a little rock and roll with the hips. So just feeling that sense of opening out through the spine. So try to extend the tailbone down towards the floor. Find that sensation that it would extend down towards the floor. Open through the hips. Deep breaths in. And taking the arms wide there, knees over hips, lower back on the floor. Inhale. And exhale, let both knees fall to one side. Maybe see if you can stack the knees on top of each other or wrap the legs around each other. Or any other little variations you've got. If you want to turn the head gaze away from the knees, feel free. Stretching out through the chest, unraveling through the spine. Inhale. And exhale. Take a deep, full breath in. And working here for another 3. Inhale. Exhale, 2. One more deep breath in. And unraveling that. Inhale and exhale, let both knees fall to the side. Maybe start with the knee, maybe let the gaze turn away. Stretching out through the chest. Inhale. And exhale. So shoulders relaxing, the spine is unraveling. Really deep breaths in. And breath through. Inhale. Exhale. 2. One more deep breath in. And perfect. Then coming back through center. Give yourself a little squeeze, a little stretch. And from there, I'm just going to extend arms and legs and take a full body yawn. Breathe in, reach and stretch out with the feet. Give yourself a little shimmy, a little shake up, a little wiggle, just a little reset. Deep breath in. And then we're going to take a little R1SE. So we're going to hook the right ankle on top of left. And we're going to take the right wrist into the left hand. And then we're going to move the right and left foot out towards the left side of the mat, and the right and left hand out towards the left side of the mat. So we're finding this little banana shape. So we're stretching out down the whole right side of the body. Inhale. And exhale. Find that beautiful lateral stretch right down through the side of the body, all the way to the shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. For 3. 2. One more breath in. And down. Gently shimmying back through the center. You're going to take the left foot on top of the right there. Taking the right hand around the left wrist and shimmying both left and right feet and the left shoulder over towards the right of the mat. So we're finding once again a lovely side stretch. Reaching out, deep breaths in. And full steady flow with the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Well done. Stretching out there for 3. So breathing into the side body. 2. One more deep inhale. Exhale. And coming back through center there. Unraveling. And simply bringing the soles of the feet together. Maybe give the tailbone a little tuck. Finding a way to sit on the ground. Letting the knees fall out wide. Have to play with whether the feet are closer or further from the hips. Find a point where it feels like a nice deep stretch but you feel comfortable. Tuck the shoulders down the back. Making sure the back of the neck is long. Bring the hands to the lower belly or down by the sides. Closing the eyes. And breathe. Breathe into the lower belly, into the chest, let the hips fall open. Inhale. space into the body full. 3, 2, 1 more deep breath in. And then draw the knees towards each other. Knees at the final little squeeze. And simply extending out. With the arms, with the legs, or rolling over onto your tummy, whatever feels good. Finding Shavasana. Arms can be to the sides or over the head. Just any position where you can completely let go. Feet, the legs, the shoulders, the hands, head, hips and head, rounded down. So the muscles of the forehead, the eyebrows, eyelids and the cheeks, and the lips and the jaw. Relax and switch off. Nothing to do, no one to please, but be here with the breath. Inhale. Exhale. For 3, deep, full inhale. Exhale. 2. 1 more. Deep, full expansive, deep inhale. Exhale. And then just give yourself a shimmy or a shake or a wiggle. And start to draw the knees in. Give yourself a little squeeze. And find a wiggle up to seated from there. So any final comfortable seat. Letting the sit bones ground, the spine be long. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Thank you all so much for joining. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all soon. Namaste. Great job, well done.